For more than 40 years, People Incorporated has been an integral part of the greater Fall River community. Creative, collaborative, and invested in the region, we have consistently developed supports to make our community a better place to live. Dedicated to a better future for all our citizens, we are People on the Move.
Hi, my name is Pam O'Neill, and I'd like to welcome you to another episode of People on the Move. Today's show is a little bit different than the previous People on the Move shows. It is a question and answer show, questions that are coming from our own employees here at People Incorporated, and they're directed to Bob Canuel, the president and CEO. The questions are on a variety of topics that are pertinent to our agency as well as the community. We hope you enjoy this format and the show, and we also hope that you learn a lot more about our agency. Thanks.
Hi Bob, it's Liz from Day Services, and I am at the beautiful Riggenback Road facility. Bob, we know that People Incorporated is one of the largest employers in Fall River. How many people does People Incorporated employ today, and what do you see that number being in 1, 3, and 5 years?
That's a good question, Liz. The number keeps changing because fortunately we continue to grow. At this point in time, we have about 650 employees, but there's a great deal of expansion that's occurring this summer. We're opening 3 brand new 24-hour residential programs. We're also going to be taking over one of the larger child care programs in the city. So that number will probably be well over 700 by the end of this calendar year. And as we project out into the future in 3 years and 5 years, if we're able to maintain the kind of growth that we've had over the last 5 or 10 years, it would not shock me that in 5 years from now we may be looking at an organization that employs close to 1,000 people. It's a great thing that we've been able to put together, and you know, very often the people in the community are not fully aware of the incredible amount of job opportunities that People Incorporated has. We do an amazing amount of economic development that benefits the city of Fall River. So we've been very fortunate to be able to grow because of the quality services and the incredible group of people that work at the agency. When I took over 12 years ago, we only had about 240 employees. So hopefully we'll continue to see that number increase.
Hey, this is Adam from 900 Riggenback Road. Bob, every time we turn around, it seems that our agency is involved in so many opportunities for growth, both within our program and geographically. What is considered our total catchment area for supports and services?
Adam, that's a great question. A lot of people never think about a catchment area, and you know, we've tried to focus our programs and services obviously on the greater Fall River area, but we've also done a lot of expansion in the New Bedford and Taunton areas as well. In fact, one of the newest programs that we've developed is that we have now taken over the management of 2 new 24-hour homes for individual adults with intellectual disabilities in the Mansfield area. And that's been our newest program that we've developed. So our catchment area really is an area that is an area of choice. We don't want to get so big that we are stretched out into other areas of the state. We really feel as though the immediate Bristol County area, New Bedford, Taunton, and Fall River are where we want to continue to focus. We feel that gives us the ability to continue to provide quality services, and you know, we continue to look for new ways to expand the quality of what we already do. So you know, that's really our catchment area, is one that we've chosen to have because of our desire to be geographically small.
Hi Bob, Cara Paganelli from HR. We are all very excited about the new program initiatives happening in fiscal year 2015, one of which will include 24-hour residential and support services for individuals with acquired brain injuries. Can you talk about this, how it came about, and what that means for our agency?
Yeah, I'd be glad to answer that question, Kara. That's an exciting project that we're involved in, the ABI project, providing supports and services to individuals with acquired brain injuries. And, it's not a really well known fact that a lot of the residential services that we provide have come about over time because of lawsuits that have been brought by concerned citizens and family members against the state of Massachusetts because they were not receiving the quality of services that they felt was necessary for their family members. In fact, the very origins of People Incorporated back in the early 70s was due to what was known as the Ritchie Consent Decree, which was enacted because people were concerned that their individual family members were not being allowed to live in community settings. Instead, they were living at large state institutions like the Paul A. Dever School. And that opened up the doors for people to actually go back into their communities. And what it spawned was the development of a lot of nonprofit agencies, People Incorporated being one of those. And then in subsequent years, there were additional lawsuits. There was the Boulay settlement, which impacted young people who were turning 22, who were aging out of schools and then were not getting appropriate services as they became adults. And that lawsuit helped to provide more supports for them. And then in recent years, our major surge, if you will, of new residential programs happened a few years ago with the Rowland settlement, which was a settlement to help take people who were placed in nursing homes inappropriately and to allow them to go back into the communities of their choice. And most recently now we have the Hutchinson settlement, which is how we got involved with the ABI project. We're currently in construction. We're going to be developing a home that should be ready to open up sometime during the summer. And it's going to be located in the Somerset area. And it's going to provide 24-hour residential supports for 4 individuals who have acquired brain injuries. And we're hopeful that as that program evolves, because it's another area of expanding service for the agency, where we've not in the past worked with people typically with acquired brain injury, we're hopeful that we will be able to expand this service. And we look forward to perhaps working on several more of these projects with the Department of Developmental Services, which has been our primary funding source for many years, especially around the area of residential supports. We actually now have 30 24-hour residential homes that we operate, which is an enormous amount of programs that we have in the Fall River, Somerset, Swansea, Sonnet, and Taunton areas. So we're hopeful that that will be another area of expansion, and also, quite frankly, another area where we can develop an expertise. That's one of the things, as we've continued to grow, that has amazed me, is how the folks who really run this agency, which are all of the people that provide the services, have been able to adapt and gain an incredible excellence in terms of the quality of supports that we provide as we have grown and continue to provide services to different groups of people. So it's really an exciting new project that we're all really looking forward to being involved in.
Hi Bob, it's Ashley B. And I'm Ashley C. And we're from People Incorporated's Healthy Families program here in our beautiful community playroom.
Hey Bob, we were so excited when you announced our agency would be taking over the city's Community Development Child Care Center.
There has been many stories and rumors, and we want you to set the record straight on this wonderful, exciting news for our agency. Thanks, Bob.
Thanks, Bob.
Anything for my Ashleys. It's always good to hear from you folks in the Healthy Families program. Great program, great service to the community. And you know what I'm thinking? I think we need to have a TV show with the Ashleys so that we can focus on the Healthy Families program so that the city will have a really good idea of what you ladies do. The Community Development Child Care Program has been in existence for more than 30 years. It is a wonderful program. It's a preschool program, children aged 3 to 6. over the last couple of months, maybe even for the last year or so, we've had some discussions with the city. We're always looking for opportunities to help the city be better. And, this came about because the city realized that they were operating this program as sort of a standalone entity. They thought that the program itself would be much better served if it came under the auspices of an agency that had expertise in child care programs. And as you know, we operate a child care program at Durfee High School. We also operate another child care program in the north end of the city. And it just was a sort of a natural evolution of people who want to work together, collaboration and some creativity. And we felt that it would be an opportunity, again, to be able to take a program, make it better, and what we would like to do on a long-term basis is really develop a strong partnership with the school department so that these children that are in this child care program, when they're getting ready to graduate from that program and go into the school system, will have all of the academic and social skills necessary so that they can be really, really successful when they start their careers in the Fall River Public Schools. So again, this is a program that's going to start sometime during the summer, and we're in the process right now of talking to the people who have been working there. I think a lot of them are probably going to want to continue employment with us when we take over the operation of the program. We've got some great plans for fixing it up. We've already begun looking at getting new furniture, new equipment for people, computers, phones, all of the things necessary so that you can run the program well. We've got great person, Mary Medora, who's going to be taking over the program and running it for us. So we're really excited. Right now, there's a capacity, as I said, for 155 kids. We're thinking about trying to expand that capacity, and then we also want to try to add some other additional quality services to again make that a better program than it is. So thanks for the question, ladies.
Hi, this is Sebastian with the Welcome Family program here at People Incorporated. And Bob, at one of our recent staff meetings, you talked about adding behavioral supports and services at People Incorporated. We know how important this is in providing a continuum of care to all program participants. Can you please give us some more information about what this will include and how this will affect the services that we are currently providing to all the programs?
Hey, Sebastian, good to hear from you. Behavioral supports is something that we've struggled with, like many agencies do. And, I kind of put this response under the category of when you're keeping an open mind and an open heart to new services and new ideas and trying to be creative and collaborative, you're always thinking about how something might be able to be of benefit to your organization. And, I actually had a conversation with a friend one day who was looking to see if he could help a relative who was attempting to relocate in the area. So he asked me, he says, gee, I have a relative that's actually looking to come back into the area from Indiana, and I'm wondering if I sent you her resume, would you mind forwarding it to people to see if you could help her get a position? And when I looked at the resume, I immediately thought, oh my gosh, this person could be the answer to the dilemma that we've had for a number of years, which was to try to find someone who was very, very strong in the area of behavioral analysis and behavioral supports. So as it turned out, I was actually in Florida when I saw the resume, and of course, thanks to modern technology, I was able to Skype her, and we did our first interview, and then we eventually got to the point where we got her out to Fall River, and the end result is we have actually hired Dr. Angie Quirum, who grew up in the area, and then when she went for her doctoral degree, she went out to Indiana and has been teaching at Ball State in Indiana, and was very excited about the idea of working with us as we were with her. And one of the interesting things about Angie's background is that she has had a lot of experience working with individuals with autism spectrum disorders. And that certainly touches upon many of the people that we provide supports to, and it's an area where in the future is going to become a much bigger area of service delivery. As everyone knows, the incidence of diagnoses of young people with autism today has skyrocketed, and it's an area where there still really are not enough really qualified people to help guide agencies like us in that regard. So Angie is going to be able to really impact, I think, every program that People Incorporated operates, because it's not only about dealing with behaviors, but it's helping us to gain a greater structure in terms of the way we approach service delivery for people. And as you know, Sebastian, many of the people that we provide supports to have a multiplicity of issues that we have to try to deal with. So our ability to be more concrete and consistent about how we put programs together to help these people change their lives is going to be very positively impacted by having someone of Angie's capabilities and background on board. So we are really, really excited about her starting with the agency and looking forward to her being with us for a long, long time.
Hi, my name is Tom Riley. I'm the program director here at the Day Habilitation Program at 1040 Eastern Avenue. Bob, on the heels of the recent success, collaborating with the Fall River Public School System in opening up the city's first community center, the Family Advocacy and Community Education and Learning Center at Laterno School. I understand that we're going to be opening up another one pretty soon. Can you please tell me when and where this is going to take place?
Hey, Tom, thanks for that question. I know you were an integral part of the project when we started it over at the Laterno School. I know you did such a great job of helping a lot of those people get their way through the CNA program that we were operating, as well as helping to get them jobs afterwards. So we are excited about the fact that this program has been so well received that we're actually going to be expanding it. The new program that we're hoping to get started in September is going to be at the Fonseca School. And being one of those people that's old enough to remember Mary Fonseca, she was a leading politician for many, many years in the Fall River area in the Massachusetts State Legislature. So we're hopeful that the program that we start at the Fonseca School will be as successful as the one at the Laterno School has been. And it's just been an incredible opportunity to bring a diverse group of community leaders, community organizations together. We were very, very fortunate that the superintendent of schools, Meg Mayo Brown, understood and recognized the value of trying to provide to families additional supports that help them increase their participation in their children's education, and also address some of their own educational and workforce development needs as well. The CNA class was wildly successful. I think more than 20 people who graduated in that first class got jobs, and in the second class that we ran, I want to say there was probably 12 people or so who got jobs out of that. So that's a lot of workforce development in 1 year, and we're quite proud of that. But we could never have done that if it wasn't for our community partners. Meg Mayo Brown and her staff were great. The principal at Laterno School was wonderful to work with. Nick Christ at Bay Coast Bank was one of our primary financial supporters. Bristol Community College not only was a financial partner, but they actually provided the CNA classes for us. And of course, here at People Incorporated, we not only were financial supporters of the program, but we staffed the program as well. And there were a lot of supports that we brought from other programs that we operate into the program at Laterno. We provided emergency food, we provided advocacy for people, we did a lot of case management supports, and we just were able to create a program that actually helped to be a part of improving a lot of the markers, if you will, in terms of what was going on at the Laterno schools. So, the Fonseca School is another school that, if you look at it statistically, that there are a lot of issues that we hope we can be a part of helping to improve, because it's a part of what we do, and we really believe in the community center model. And we think that over time, if we can continue to get continuing community support, we would like to see community centers evolve more naturally in some of the other schools. I hope perhaps at some point in time we can attract some of the other nonprofit agencies in the city into doing what we've been able to do at these two schools. So great question. And again, Tom, you were awesome in helping us get that program off the ground 2 years ago. So thanks for that.
Hi, Bob. This is Jessica, a nurse in our residential division here at People Incorporated, overlooking the Great Room. On behalf of the direct care professionals that work for People Incorporated, we want to thank you, the Board of Directors, and the administrative management team for consistently working with state advocacy groups in helping to obtain Chapter 257 monies that was dispersed to employees at People Incorporated just recently. Can you explain how this came about and your decision to act quickly and generously on the distribution of these funds?
Hey, Jessica, thanks for the question. Always good to hear from you. You are one of those people that epitomizes what we want our workforce to be. A person who came to us initially as a student at Diamond, and because of the manner in which we like to remain flexible and supportive of people that work for us, when we know that they're making the incredible kind of a commitment that people like you have made, now works for us as a registered nurse. And I think that's just wonderful. And hopefully someday you'll be sitting on this side of the camera answering questions for people. But until then, I'll continue. Chapter 257, which was a long-standing process of state government looking at the rates that they pay to agencies like us for the services that we provide, finally, after many, many years of review, culminated in a rather significant rate increase for certain organizations. People Incorporated, which has always found a way to provide quality services, even when the rate of reimbursement we were getting was not adequate, was able to benefit because the rates finally were made equitable. And, no thanks necessary. I think all of us on the board and all of us in administration know how hard all of you folks work each and every day, and the incredible level of quality that you provide for people. So it really was just one of those rare opportunities where we were able to actually walk the walk. And we were more than happy to provide the kind of raises that I thought were not only necessary, but so long overdue. And one of the greatest thank yous I got was from one of our residential staff who sent me an email, and he said, I just got my second paycheck with the raise, and I was amazed that I actually had some money left over for my first paycheck with the raise. So I thought that was really a great way to kind of frame out what it was that we had done. The rate increase, we participated actually with 3 separate advocacy groups that were advocating on our behalf and also on the behalf of many other agencies like us. And they worked hard, they worked diligently. They were able to convince the area legislators that the service that we provide really does save the Commonwealth millions and millions of dollars each and every year. And that, we were able to also convince them that that money was going to go only to people who were being paid to do the direct care work. And that's exactly what we did. Every penny of the raises that we gave out went to the people, the direct care professionals, and the house managers and the nurses that work in our residential and day programs. Those are the people that got those increases, and it's really, it was just one of those opportune times where we were able to do something really, really good. and it goes along with our core values. As all of you in the agency know, not so many in the community, but we have four key indicators that we always sort of look at when we're trying to develop services, and one of them is employee reward and recognition. And we take that very seriously. In fact, this year alone, this fiscal year that just ended, we gave more money back to our employees than we've ever done before in the history of the agency. And having said that, it's still something I'd like to improve upon, because our workforce is our strength. Our workforce is the quality of what we do, and it is our future. So anything that we can ever do that helps make a better employment situation for people, we're going to try to do it.
Hi, Bob. O senhor tá bom? O senhor tem bom dia hoje?
Your adult foster care team has a quick question for you.
Your recent editorial in the Herald News under the Community Voice section had quite an attention-grabbing headline. It was entitled, "Instead of Complaining, Palooza Something."
The title held more than one meaning, so I was wondering if you could explain a palooza, what your editorial was meant to communicate.
Obrigado.
Thanks, Bob.
Hey, my AFC friends, a palooza is actually a little animal that's about this small that has actually two tails. It's a little known fact about a palooza. No, I'm just goofing. There's no such thing as a palooza. Palooza actually was a term that came about when Pam O'Neill and I were trying to figure out what we could call this event. And Pam said, "What about Blockapalooza?" And I said, "Brilliant." And that's how it came about. Again, an incredible community event, an incredible amount of community partners. Last year, there were 6 community partners that each put up $2,500 so that we could get the entertainment that we needed. Bank 5, Bristol County Savings Bank, Bay Coast Bank, Mechanics Cooperative Bank, People Incorporated, and RDA Insurance, all of us each contributed $2,500. Patrick Norton at the Narrow Center was absolutely phenomenal, put up the stage, got the entertainment. We let us use his mailing list so that we could get the word out to everybody. The city was phenomenal to work with. And on a Thursday night, which was kind of a dead night, we were able to bring hundreds of people into the downtown area. And I always remember, being at the Tap House about 11 o'clock that night, going in for a late night beer and a bite to eat, and the kitchen was still full. The place was jammed. And I thought, this was something good that we did. It was an economic development activity, and it came about because there were a lot of people. There were people from the chamber, there were people from city government, from the businesses. We all worked together to try to put this on, and it was so successful, we jumped right into Kidsapalooza. And Kidsapalooza was another phenomenal event. We did it, I think it was a late September afternoon that we did it. It turned out to be a beautiful day. And I remember walking from here at 4 South Main Street down to the Children's Museum, and again, seeing hundreds of people on the streets. And it was so nice because it was all people, families, children, just walking through the downtown area, which certainly makes me think of what it was like when I was a kid, when the downtown area was completely full during the weekends, and all of the shops were vibrant and open, and it was just a wonderful city to be able to grow up in. The fact that we are trying to be a part of revitalizing the city is why we started Blockapalooza and Kidsapalooza. And this July, Blockapalooza occurred again. Another great event, successful event. And, the whole idea about Palooza something really just kind of came about because so often we're quick to criticize people who do attempt to do things. And it seems like, no good deed goes unpunished. And, you know, it was sort of, for me anyway, it was just sort of a calling out of those people who like to criticize without participating. And I've always felt that criticizing really serves no purpose if you don't have a better solution, or if you're not willing to roll up your sleeves and get involved in trying to make something better. So it was really just sort of a statement about, hey, we're not perfect, but we're out there, we're trying. There's an incredible amount of really good quality people in this city that are out there trying with us. And we're going to continue to try to do things, and would love to see more people get involved in trying to make our downtown area more vibrant, make it a better place for families to want to come, help some of the shops and the restaurants be more successful in what they're trying to do. So we're going to continue with Blockapalooza and Kidsapalooza, and anybody who wants to palooza something else, we'd be glad to help work with them. So thanks a lot, guys, for that question. Good seeing you.